It is unfortunately a reality, no matter what city you live in. Yes, the battle to beat back the streets can be more tragic and unforgiving in some cities than others. But many of today's young men and ladies face that battle every day. As they get older, it becomes harder and harder to not get sucked into the mayhem that often ends with police tape, handcuffs, or death. Well, tonight on The Good Stuff, how one group of elementary age kids is pushing back long before the streets can start pulling them in.
Come on back, Miss Wallace, you got it.
Ask any teacher. It takes someone pretty special to act this excited.
To Marilyn Nichols, you're the next contestant on the cards, right?
To work carpool duty after school.
You doing all right today, ma'am? All right, have a good one.
For Shreveport Police Corporal Rodney Bradley, his workday doesn't end after shuttling these kids in and out of the Claiborne Fundamental Magnet Elementary School parking lot.
First of all, you need to have this here button. I just learned how to tie a tie maybe about 5 years ago.
For this school resource officer with a police-issued clip-on to blame.
Leave your books down, let's line up.
The real fun continues back inside the school's walls with 24 young men.
Listen and pay attention.
In training.
I don't want teachers coming to me saying, Officer Bradley, why you have your young men not doing what they're supposed to do? And they supposed to be the leaders here on campus.
Coats, ties, and plenty of rhythm. It's how Claiborne's young distinguished gentlemen are learning to depend on each other and not depend on the sometimes violent inner city streets of Shreveport.
I try to, talk about teamwork. As you can see that if one person is off, tie your shoe, then it make the whole group look bad. And I try to tell them we are only as strong as our weakest link.
A year ago, Corporal Bradley began Young Distinguished Gentlemen. It's a volunteer organization. Students have to pass an application process just to join.
We focus on more than just academics. We also focus on manhood, scholarship, perseverance, uplift, and integrity.
On this day, they're working on an upcoming performance because if you can work together, you'll grow together. Which means you can certainly have fun together. That's a far cry than what some of the streets within shouting distance of Claiborne Elementary sometimes offer.
We wanted to just kind of show them some of the things that young boys need to know on their way to manhood.
I pass by through here often, just leaving the police station.
Because many don't have that man in their lives, an everyday father, to show them the way.
The things that you are facing today is nothing new. Other people have also been in those shoes.
When he was just a kid, this is where Corporal Bradley put on his shoes every morning, along with his 5 siblings.
And right there in the middle section, that's where we used to gather up and play football.
They lived in the old Jackson Heights projects with their mother.
Saying that people come from Jackson Heights, not gonna make it. They try to use that to define who you are.
It's a cycle this now 15-year police veteran was able to break, from keeping the streets from teaching him to now teaching and protecting these kids from the streets.
Breaking news.
Right now, the hunt for a gunman enters a 4th hour after a drive-by shooting in Shreveport's Queensboro neighborhood.
We dread watching the news every night just in fear that that's going to be one of my babies. I've attended the funeral of some of my kids. Not a happy experience.
Claiborne 5th grader Jordan joined YDG a year ago.
It's a big tug of war between right and wrong every day.
His mother, Renita Adams, worries just like any mother would. Worries the streets will one day reach out for her son.
They don't care about others. All they care about is self.
A worry under control, she says, for now.
Saying please is the simplest thing you'll ever have to do.
He can read about it all day long.
Oh, joy. I can see a big change from 4th grade to 5th grade.
But for Jordan, there's nothing like coming to understand it with these young distinguished gentlemen. That it's not so much about from where you came, but the respect you give your life while living it.
What I preach to the kids over and over, make decisions today that your future self will thank you for.
What a great group of kids and Corporal there. Jordan is getting great grades. Mom's happy. His Spar football team made the playoffs this fall, but he tells me he hopes to continue playing football through high school and beyond. All right, a little more immediate goal. Corporal Bradley is hoping to take Claiborne's young distinguished gentleman on a field trip to the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis. They're going in February. They could really use your help to get there. If you can donate, call Claiborne Elementary, write that number down, 318-222-2580, and ask for Corporal Bradley, and he will greatly appreciate it.